evening, race fans, and welcome to historic Bowman Gray Stadium for tonight's Ortega Twin 50s here. Brad's Job Car Modifieds. Thank you so much for being with us on a beautiful Saturday night. As we're coming up towards the end of the season here, 2025 campaign at Bowman Gray Stadium. Counting tonight, only 3 nights of racing remain. Oh, it's went by so fast. But we're glad you're here. Make sure that you pick up your copy of the official Bowman Gray Stadium souvenir program. On the front cover this week is Brad Lewis, driver of car number 16 in the street stock division. Picked up a win last Saturday night. Opportunities to go down to the pits afterwards, get autographs from your favorite drivers, some pictures. Always a great keepsake. Make sure you pick up yours before it sells out. And some opportunities for you to win some great prizes, courtesy of NASCAR Hall of Fame and their sponsorship of the Lucky Number Contest on the back of the souvenir program. 2 rounds of giveaways every Saturday night. Chance to win some great prizes. Also, there is a coupon from Great Clips for a $9.99 haircut. Great value there. On page 33 of your souvenir program is a Fan in the Stands contest. If you see your pretty mug shot with a circle, square, or triangle around your face, you've won a great prize courtesy of Racing Electronics, Flow Racing, James River Equipment. Also an opportunity to vote for your favorite driver courtesy of the Safe Light Autoglass Most Popular Driver Awards. There's a ballot on page 8 of your souvenir program. It's important to know tonight and next Saturday night will be your last opportunity to vote for your favorite driver. improvement in point standings between 2024 and 2025 season. Scientific District Attorney Jim O'Neill presents the Fast Car Challenge. $500 with each of the 4 division leaders going $500 with Brandon Moore, Chase Robinson. Practice session for the Q104.1 Stadium Stock Series. The Rookie of the Year award is presented by Colby's Roofing and Gutters. $500 goes to the rookie driver from any division who finishes highest in seat point standings. Velocita presented this year's Pole Awards. A pair of those limited edition gold driver sheets valued at $250. With the fastest qualifier for each of 3 sports and 100 street stock divisions in the Stadium Stock Series. courtesy of Black Sand Company, goes to the street stock or stadium stock division driver with the most wins. Brandon Brittle has 5 wins on the season, while AJ Sanders and Chuck Wall have 4 wins each, courtesy of Black Sand and their sponsorship of the stadium stock and stock award. Looks like cars, drivers, the brand new qualified for the start division and first race. However, $500 goes to the Street Stock Division driver with the most wins. Austin Jones, Brian Sykes Jr., and Brad Lewis all have 2 wins on the season. That's the Garage Doors of the Triad Street Stock Top Gun Award. Brad's Golf Cars presents the Sportsman Hard Charger Award. $500 goes to the Sportsman Division driver who gains the most positions during the season. Chase Robertson leads way with 133 spots gained so far, while Zach Orr gets 88 spots. That's the last spot. Division driver with the most wins during the 2025 campaign. Kevin Powell Motorsports of Winston-Salem and Greensboro presents the Sportsman Lap Leader Award. A $500 Kevin Powell Motorsports credit goes to the Sportsman Division driver who leads the most laps during the season. Chase Robertson has led 121 circuits this season, as Zach Clifton has led 99 laps. Losses of John Darrow presents the Modified Hard Charger Award. $500 goes to the Modified Division driver who gains the most positions during the season. Chris Fleming leads the way. He has 71 spots gained, but Lee Jeffries is just behind him. 67 spots picked up this year. That's the losses of John Darrow, the Modified Hard Charger Award. Mark B-Rod Tire and Automotive presents the Modified Top Gun Award. $1,000 goes to the Modified Division driver with the most. Saturday night. That definitely isn't the way that it's supposed to be going.
sheets. Now, Randy, pull your curtain sheets. Had a pretty good run last week. So, Jimmy Brown out there putting a little oil dry down. Hope everybody's doing good tonight. Randy, pull while it's quiet. We can let everybody know that earlier today in the morning practice, Chase Robertson had an issue with the number 31. Had a ball going break, and it's all good now. Everything's fine, as you just seen in practice. Zachary Koger is driving. It is the number 30 car, but Zachary is actually the Cooper Lowe car. So Cooper Lowe helping out a fellow competitor, and letting Zachary Koger get in it. We'll probably talk about that later tonight, Randy. But we got this Ortega Twin 50s tonight, and man, it's going to be a good one. Tim Brown, the last one to win, was really the only one to win them both, and I think there's a chance for that happening tonight, my friend.
Yeah, you're right. Tim Brown actually turned the double back in August of 2018, picked up, and he came really close last year to picking up those twin 50 wins. Chris, I want to touch base on, you were talking, I want to go back, circle back to the help driver in the racing community here. The racing community, you know, sometimes we see a lot of negative things. There's a lot of drivers sometimes, there's reciprocation, and some bad karma, and that kind of thing, and retaliation. But you know, when the rubber meets the road, there are a lot of good folks in the pits. They help each other, and it's amazing. And I think we need to hear more of that too. It's great. The Madhouse is great, but there's great people to help people too.
I could write a book on this, and I talk about it often. And you just like what Trooper Lowe does for Zachary Coder, what Riley Neal is doing for the kids, for the school supplies, for the back-to-school stuff, and some of the stuff that I've involved in with the kids with cancer, and everybody in this whole stadium has a orange shirt for them. We could just sit here like a family for you. And everybody here, the fans, are very passionate about who they love, who they like. And a lot of people don't realize that a lot of these drivers, there's kids here that these guys are heroes. That is what they think about all week, is coming to see the Tim Brown, the Vern Myers, the Jason Myers, the Brandon Ward, the Chase Robertson, the Tommy Neal. I could just continue on. But yes, if you to just look a little bit beyond them with a helmet on, you'd be surprised what you'd find.
And here we are, Chris. After tonight, just 2 weeks remaining, my friend. It went by so fast. Point battles in all 4 divisions. Probably going to go down to the last week of the season. By the way, last week he double points too.
I was talking to Tim Brown earlier, and he was like, I said, Tim, you know, you really still actually have a chance. And he's 72 points back, and he said, I just don't think so. But Tim Brown's doing this a long time, and that's just how he does an interview. But at the end of the day, deep down, I know Tim Brown well enough to know that he is going to do everything, just like Burt in second. I mean, these guys are going to, Chris Williams is going to do everything he can to win every race. The next 3 races we have, 4 including the 2 tonight. So, yeah, it's points chase is really good in all 4 divisions.
Yeah, it is, and all it takes is for one of those points leaders to have a terrible night tonight, and then it changes things up totally.
Did you see the ARCA race yesterday? Well, there you go, perfect example.
Chris, I want to remind our Madhouse fans, the Ortega Twin Minis on tap tonight. Those modified drivers will qualify for their starting position, but get this, Chris, get this. The fastest 6 qualifiers in that first modified Ortega Twin 50, redraw.
The first 6. Top 6.
The fastest 6.
Redraw. So the pole sitter could be the 4 car, Jason Myers, and he could start 6.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
That's interesting to me to say the least, Randy, for you, but could you imagine being a driver and you sit on the pole and then you pull out that 6? But the good part about it, if there is a good part about it, is the simple fact that you have 50 laps and not 25. So anything can happen here at this racetrack. So it's going to be really interesting to see. Once again, race fans, just to let you know, we had an engine look like to let go of the 0 car in our sportsman division of Kurt Sheets. And Randy Williams, you got some lucky numbers over there, don't you, my friend?
That's right, CC. Madhouse fans, make sure you see your program. It's time for the first round giveaway. NASCAR Hall of Fame lucky numbers. Those numbers are posted on the board. If you have number 56877, you're the winner of a ticket cost, hat, and a flag. Number 29748, you're the winner of a Budweiser drawstring bag. If you have 66750, you're the winner of a James River shirt. Number 89515, you're the winner of a Busch Light shirt. Number 17339, you're the winner of an Ag South t-shirt and koozie. And if you have number 37430, you're the winner of a John Deere prize pack. If you have any of those numbers on the back of your souvenir program, take your program to the souvenir sales station at the Red Van near the South Gate and the flagpole to get your prize. Once again, those numbers 56877, 29748, 66750, 89515, 17339, and 37430. If you didn't win the first round, there'll be another round of giveaways a little bit later on tonight. If you'll turn to page 8 of your souvenir program, you will see a ballot. In the bottom left-hand corner, you can vote for your favorite driver in each of the 4 divisions, courtesy of State Light Auto Glass, Most Popular Driver Awards for 2025. Listen, race fans, tonight and next Saturday night are the last nights you may vote for your favorite driver. And unless you have the name John Holland, Zach Ford, Brad Lewis, or AJ Sanders, unless those are your favorite drivers, you've got a lot of work to do because there are big leads in all 4 divisions. Here's your top 5 in the modified division. John Holland leads the way by roughly 650 votes. He leads over Burt Myers, Lee Jeffries, Brandon Ward, and Tim Brown. Over the sportsman division, Zach Orr has almost a 500 vote lead over second place Chase Robertson. Mitch Gales is in third. Connor Branch fourth. Tommy Neal is in fifth. Over the street stock division, over a 600 vote lead for Brad Lewis, who leads second place Austin Jones. Jordan Atkins, Zach Staley, Nick Wall round out the top 5. And over the stadium stock division, AJ Sanders leads by almost 800 votes over second place Chuck Wall, Brandon Bringle in third, Andre Chavez fourth, and Blaze Sanders rounds out the top 5 as the State Light Auto Glass Most Popular Driver Award for 2025. Remember, tonight and next Saturday night are your final chances to vote for your favorite driver in each of the 4 divisions. The ballots, there are ballot boxes at each of the ticket gates. You need to make sure that you turn in your ballots on the night the souvenir program is sold. No copies or facsimiles accepted. That's the Safe Light Auto Glass Most Popular Driver Award for 2025. to do that here to Brown's crew. They're top notch.
And what they're doing now is just in case someone is wondering, is a lot of that oil went down right there on that front stretch. So these guys, they've all been doing this together for so many years here at the stadium. Yeah, like Randy Bunker, Randy around guys, and they'll signal back. Thumbs up, thumbs down, and apparently the thumbs down is up. Now right there, you just think it. Can you look at Randy right there? And so we'll see what the final deal is here. But you'll notice two slates right there trying to get the middle of it. That's right there. John Smith right there at the end on the short finish line. Ready to go through, Randy Williams.
First, now we bring this up every week, so let's just be the damn horse on bring it up again. So, CC, what's your take on qualifying for tonight? That means the car fires back on driving and can I get out of this? Well, for no cost defense analysis, don't delay. Call the law offices of John Bear, PA. They provide personal attention to each client and ensure your rights are protected. For car accidents and serious personal injury, divorce and family law, criminal defense, and traffic tickets. Racing Vidz since 1991. This is the law offices of John Bear, PA. John Hoffman was the Black Sand Company, Winston-Salem, and Lawrence Landscaping for their sponsorship. They have number 69 modified car for 2025.
Hey, Roger. How about your family?
They say history is written by the victors. Around here, it's written lap by lap. One move at a time, one fight at a time. Like a chapter in the book, this place remembers everything. Every stream, every bump, every forward that makes you race. Some chapters are about speed, the madhouse is about survival, grit, determination. Every driver that races here adds to the story. The fans decided it's worth it. This season, I claim victory. So one chapter goes to make place. Return to the race, introducing the race. This is the unfolding of a new season. The start of 2026 under new life. This is the sequel. Welcome back to BOWMAN Stadium.
Another chase, right out there, John Bear's 14.
when it says Fox Gain, and I was like, wait a minute, so my bad. No, you're not bad, Chris. Hey, look, I bet you got mistakes on mine, and I was saying, again, I'm researching this now. The top five were separated by 43 points. Chase Robertson leads the way over Zach Orr by a slim 23 points. Third place, Justin Taylor is just 24 points back. Mitch Gales and Justin Taylor, for that matter, are both tied 24 points back. Tommy Neal, the Tiger, only sits 43 points back. The top five drivers separated by 43 points.
William, do you do that math in your head like that?
Chisenbach is what I use. Remember Chisenbach, abacus, that kind of thing?
No, sir.
While we're talking points, let's look over to the modified division. Brandon Ward there, Mr. Consistency all season long. He has a 62-point cushion over second place, Bert Myers. Tim Brown, just 10 points back of Bert Myers, but 72 points out of the lead. That's over the modified division standings. In our Street Stock Series, Brian Sykes Jr. has a 46-point cushion over second place, Kevin Gilbert, who took a hit last Saturday night. Kevin lost his ground. Third place, Brad Lewis, who was a winner last Saturday night, is 50 points back. And Bryant Robertson still not out of the action. He's 86 points back, Brian Sykes Jr. And over in the Stadium Stock Division, Brandon Ringel leads by 26 points over second place, Luke Smith. Tyler McDonald sits in third, 46 points back. The defending champion, A.J. Sanders, is in fourth, 58 points back. And Chuck Wall, 76 points back. That's in point standings going into the evening for the Stadium Stock Division. Getting ready for qualifying here in just a few minutes for the first 50 lap of the part of it. We'll take a twin 50s tonight for the Brad's Golf Car Modifieds. Once again, they're qualified for the starting positions, except for one big important thing to remember. The top six, fastest six qualifiers will redraw for their starting position. So as Chris Carter said earlier, the pole winner very well could start as far back as sixth. And whoever the sixth fastest qualifier could start first at the redraw. So we'll find out after a while. Once again, qualifying for the first 50 lapper coming up here in just a few minutes. Traffic Control Safety Services Restart Cone will be part of the action of both of those 50 lappers. And Chris Carter has officially put it on paper. It's in writing, so it's official. Everybody can see it. He's holding it up in the press box at 13.64. Everybody can see it. 13.64 is his prediction for the pole winning time tonight.
One thing I won't say is which driver's going to run that 1364. That'll get you in some trouble for you. Harrison's Western and Wild. They're open Monday through Saturday, and you can race on into Harrison's. There's Southeast leader in Carhartt. They're located ready William at 2101 Peters Creek Parkway, right here in good old Winston-Salem. And their number is 336-893-8919.
Chris, it's interesting you bring that up. Normally we don't talk about it this early night, but next Saturday night, coincidentally, is Harrison's $2 Ladies Night next Saturday night.
Wait, what?
Harrison's $2 Ladies Night.
Ladies, I hope y'all heard that. And tell your friends and your neighbors, $2 Ladies Night next week. The Winston-Salem Journal, where your story lives. Freedom rides on here, Winston-Salem Journal. Stylists to listen, haircuts you'll love. That's great clips. And now on page 3 of your souvenir program, race fans, there is a coupon. Any haircut, you can get it. Randy Pulliam for $9.99.
That's $10 minus a penny, Chris.
Hayes Jewelers is the king of diamonds since 1939. NASCAR's longest running sponsor. They've been involved, Randy Pulliam, in 28 championships and over 300 wins. They are a proud sponsor of our 12-time modified track champion, Tim Brown, and Hayes Jewelers located at 903 Winston Road in Lexington. Their number is 336-248-6600. Please visit their new store directly beside their current location.
Chris, I want to circle back to this ladies' night next Saturday night. It is $2 ladies' night, but I need to make you aware those $2 ladies' night tickets must be purchased at the gate. You cannot purchase those online through Ticket House. You must purchase the $2 ladies' night ticket at the gate.
That's important information for you, because that social media, everybody will be all over it with, what in the world's going on? So that's right, ladies. Next week it's going to be ladies' night here at the Madhouse. You can get your ticket here at the gate on the race night. But tonight, Randy Pulliam, it's our Ortega Twin 50s here at the Madhouse. And man, oh man, we said it earlier, we'll say it again. Tim Brown is the only person that's ever won them back-to-back, these two races. And I had a chance to talk to several of the drivers earlier today. And believe it or not, this is a big deal to a lot of these drivers racing these Twin 50s. And they seem to like it a lot.
Well, it's going to be a big deal for me if you keep saying Ortega over and over again. It's making me hungry, Chris.
We appreciate Ortega and everything they do for us here at the Madhouse. Coming up here in just a few minutes, actually got about 4 minutes, race fans, till we're going to start qualifying these 600-ish horsepower modified, so stay tuned.
If you need roof or gutter repairs, roof installation or replacement, let experts at Colby's Roofing and Gutters tackle the difficult job so you never have to worry about how long your quick fix might last. They also handle woodwork and sheetrock serving Piedmont. They are Colby's Roofing and Gutters. They also sponsor a Colby Roofing and Gutters restart lineups every Saturday night during the 2025 season. Eliminate unsafe digging and unnecessary damages with Elite Underground Utility. For directional drilling, boring, and trenching, they offer safe, reliable, expert installation that's friendly to the environment. Connecting Carolina, it's Elite Underground Utility, and Elite Underground Utility is the sponsor of our Elite Underground Utility Madhouse Scramble Redraw. Be a couple of times that happens tonight after the first modified race and after the first sportsman race, the winning drivers will draw a number out of the drawstring bag that will determine how the field is inverted for the second of each of those races, courtesy of Elite Underground Utility. Looking to get out of debt? True Life can help you consolidate debt or make a large purchase. They have options to help you get the cash you need at a great rate. Find out more at TrueLife.org. True Life, that's brighter than you. See, it's hard for me to make a decision. I can't imagine going to Jerry Hunt Super Center and having over 1,300 cars, trucks, and SUVs to choose from. How do I do that?
Any, meeny, miny, moe, that's what you do. But I'll tell you what, they have 2 locations to serve you as well, Randy Pulliam.
Yeah, they do, Chris. They've got a location on Bendix Drive in Salisbury and their flagship location, Piedmont Drive in Lexington. They buy cars to pay on the spot. The best prices in the state. It's Jerry Hunt Super Center. Hey, and they also offer a lifetime warranty on most vehicles. That's Jerry Hunt Super Center. There are so many benefits to choosing spray foam insulation for your home or business, so it's no wonder spray foam insulation is becoming so popular in North Carolina. For thermal seal spray foam insulation, say that fast 5 times, costs $336-428-3524. That's thermal seal spray foam insulation. For great deals on a great selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs, stop by S&R Motor Company. Their in-house service department makes sure every car is inspected and serviced to run its best. Family owned and operated since 1936. You can visit them at 208 South Main Street, Kerrsville, or online, snrmotorcompany.com. Before we get started with qualifying, just a reminder, once again, fastest lap of the season, way back on April 18th, turned in by Bert Myers with 13.540. He has 4 poles on the season. Brandon Ward has 2. Lee Jeffries has 2. Jason Myers, Chris Fleming, Tim Brown each have 1 pole on the season. The fastest lap of all time for modified divisions was back on April 29th of 2016 with a 12.965. Might be looking at that tonight. We'll have qualifying here momentarily for the first 50 laps before Ortega, Quinn, Pitney, so Brad's golf car modified. Out first. Once again, for the Madhouse fans keeping score, CC predicted a pole winning time tonight of 13.64, which reminds us.
6-4 with a 3.
And the Medical Financial Partners for number 1. On the season
Mike Speedy. That's third fastest on the evening. Taylor Auto Parts Chevrolet, and he's having a little bit of trouble there, the showstopper. Well, I'm going to say he might probably should have stopped. Chris Liddy, winner of Chris Liddy, starting 69 now. Stella's Towing Chevrolet from Road, double zero.
Zeros, red and line, motorsport market, Chevrolet, Hills, Bowman, car number 090 for Karen Redmond. Chevrolet, Doesville, 7. driven by John Smith. John Smith in the number 11. That concludes qualifying for the first 50 lap route. We're taking twin 50s from the modified. Tim Brown, fastest qualifier with a 13.740. Second fastest, Jason Myers. Burt Myers. Third fastest, Chris Fleming, the showstopper, qualified fourth. Lee Jeffries was fifth fastest, and Mike Steeney was the sixth fastest.
If you want to keep comfortable, you're going to have to change your allegiances.
Race fans, here it is. It is now time for our CW t-shirt shoot. I don't even have to say it.
You know what to do. Our buddy Jimmy Brown. Camo, where y'all at down there? Let me see ya! Let's go! Jimmy's got to shoot that a little lower to y'all right there in turn number 1. I see you in between turns number 1 and 2. Let me see your hands in the air! And that is number 2. I see you coming now. Back stretchers! Let me see your hands in the air, kids. Y'all come on, kids. Stomp your feet. Look, I see them waving an orange shirt over there. I hear you, brother. One for good keeping up there. This is our second t-shirt shoot. This is brought to you by the Triumph CW. Happy section, turn 4, let's make some noise. All right, here they are again, headed in turn number 1. My buddies down there, the camo crew, let them hear ya. I see those hands in the air. Get yourself a free shirt. Nothing's free anymore. Back stretchers. Y'all want to see those hands in the air. I want to see you waving your water bottle, your hat, your child. It doesn't matter. As long as we see and hear you for a free t-shirt, courtesy of the Triads CW. They want to thank the Triumph CW for what they do for us here at Bowman Gray Stadium. The greatest victory lane of them all. It's the welcome to the Ultimate Bet Zone. Relive racing history with a walk along Glory Road or take on the competition with their racing simulator or Trip Through Challenge at the NASCAR Hall of Fame in Charlotte. They have over 850 artifacts and 50 interactive exhibits. If you didn't walk through their doors as a lifelong fan, you're bound to leave as one. This is our sport. This is our house. NASCARHall.com. That's our NASCAR Hall of Fame located in Charlotte.